No doubt the scariest thing you've ever done. That is incredible stuff, and I'm sure that he was glad to see the light at the end of that tunnel, I'm sure. Let's see our must-see video from Maryland now. Pretty unusual stuff indeed. That is the must-see video, but let's take a look actually at our conditions and what we can expect. And to do that and to kick things off, we go out to Kevin Yard in Kitchener. Thank you very much, Kevin, for that. A low-pressure system coming in from Texas is going to be skirting by southern Ontario, and it will bring between 10 and 15 millimeters of rain through the Niagara area. Say the QEW travel could be a bit wet as we head through Thursday, and also Kingston, Prince Edward County included in that. But this low-pressure system is a different one that's moving through. It's bringing some showers and some warmer temperatures with it. Then off it goes. Then the next one will skirt by, as you can see here on this map. So thank you as always, Kim. Great stuff. Now, you've been skiing, right? Have you gone to Blue Mountain or Horseshoe Resort and you've gone skiing maybe this season or in recent years? Have you ever done this, though? This is pretty remarkable. Really, why this happened. Why is he skiing through this very tight crevice? You'll find out the answer coming up. Pretty remarkable stuff. Let's turn it over right now outside and check in with Kevin Yard in Kitchener. Thank you so much for that, Kevin. You know, when we look at our weather patterns, so this is, think about this jet stream and how it ebbs and flows not only across our continent, but around the globe in the northern hemisphere. We've got some cold air that's sinking down across the Great Lakes. It's still mild here in the east, and a big ridge, a huge ridge building in across the west. Now, there is some indication that that may hold until mid-April, if you can believe it. Details on that in the Long Ranger. But we do have the potential of some mixing and some showers coming in on Thursday from a low-pressure system coming in from Texas, in fact, and it will just skirt by. By Saturday, we have some colder air upon us. We'll have some slightly brisk winds as well. Thank you so much for that, Jacqueline. Well, the low-pressure system that was making its way across our region throughout the day today actually did not come in quite as quickly as we had thought, and that's a good thing because it really prevented so much freezing rain to move into southern Ontario. So I suppose we can be thankful that the low-pressure system took a little while longer to come in. But nevertheless, we have some rain on the way. More details on that in a moment. This particular case rolled over, and actually people came to his aid in Oklahoma. And speaking of the U.S., there was a risk of tornadoes yesterday in Missouri, and we're starting to get into that season where we're going to be talking a lot more about severe weather. No severe weather in our forecast, at least not short term. It feels so different than the kind of air mass we've been experiencing because it's been below freezing. Now we have a new low coming in from Texas, and that will just skirt by, or at least that's what the computer models are indicating at this point, that it skirts by and brings with it about 10 to 15 millimeters of rain through the Niagara region. But you can see here we've got two systems. First, the warm sector moves away with the showers, some snow in northern Ontario, a break briefly, and then the next low comes in, and that's where we see the onset of the rain moving through this area, through the Niagara area, Welland, Long Point, seeing that, and down toward Grimsby and Stony Creek, some rainfall on the way likely. It's so amazing to watch that footage and to think that he was going at a speed of 110 kilometers per hour. So you drive on the 401 maybe at 110 kilometers per hour. Think of that next time you hit the 401, okay? Save for on video like that. Let's turn it over to Kevin, though. He's in Kitchener. We're going to get into your forecast details. We will indeed. Thank you very much, Kevin. We have a pattern change that is beginning to happen, and it's really setting itself up for the weekend and onward, where we have the cold air in the east, still mild in Atlantic Canada, that's going to change, and then the big ridge. Look at how high that ridge is across the west, bringing in pattern may stay put through mid-April. Hopefully after that we can start seeing some milder air, but we're going to be seeing cold enough conditions for mixing possible with our next low pressure system that brings us showers across the lower Great Lakes region, and then some flurries may come in on Friday, but more so with the departing low pressure system. It's a little bit brisk and definitely cooler temperature wise for the end of the week and the beginning of the weekend. And then when we look to Sunday, we've got another system coming in. Imagine, wow, everyone is out safely, thank goodness, but we'll watch that one over and over again. That's one of those water cooler ones, right? Let's take a look at our conditions in southern Ontario. And first, to do that, let's go outside in Kitchener with Kevin Yard. Thank you so much for that, Kevin. We have some cooler air settling in after today's above average high of colder air settling in, as we can see from our pattern map here. And when that happens, it's going to stay put likely for an extended period of time. So Perhaps we could call this a stagnant weather pattern with our jet stream ridging highly across the west and then digging down. Very cold conditions here down into the U.S. But that's what's setting up. And when we have that cold air in place, we bring in moisture, that's where we have potential for some mixing, at least on the Thursday map. Mixing possible here and some morning showers across the lower lakes predominantly, but wouldn't rule it out for the 401. As we look ahead to the end of the week, some flurries are possible, very light, and cold conditions really persisting for Saturday. The Clipper is approaching from Western Canada, and it will get a little gustier here on Sunday, so we'll watch for that the end of the week.
This weather's...
I am totally with you, Emily. I'm freaking out too. It's hard to watch that actually as someone who's been on the scene, as are so many people here at the Weather Network. Yikes is true to form for sure. Let's take a look at our must-see video though. This is, wow, camera shot angle of him going between this crevice on the southwestern Alaskan mountain range. Pretty amazing stuff. That full story is coming up with Deb Matiechka at the top of the hour to answer the question of why. We have rain on the way for southern Ontario, looking at 10 to 15 millimeters around the Niagara area. Toronto and Hamilton likely to see more of, say, 5 to 10 mils. But this is from not this system, but a Texas low that's moving in. So we really are dealing with two different systems over the next, say, day and a half or so. Off goes our low, the warm sector bringing some showers, some warmer temperatures, yes. But then it cools down behind the cold front. And then when we have colder temperatures in place and moisture, you guessed it, we have the potential of some flurries. That would be more so the case on Friday. So now the look ahead. Here comes that Texas low just grazing by, moves off into Atlantic Canada, and then we have high pressure settling in. That means some brighter skies for Saturday.